Okay, whenever you're ready.
So this is our pitch for units 9 and 10, BeCreative. We've made a short film called Social Killer and a music video to Bon Jovi's song called It's My Life.
So the brief for this production, the day it was issued was the 11th of September 2018, and the deadline was for the 28th of November 2019. And we had the opportunity to choose from two different target audiences, which was 5 to 12-year-olds and 25 to 40-year-olds. We personally went with 25 to 40-year-olds. The reason we did this is because we believed we could talk about more real issues and have more of an effect on our audience, and also the fact that it's easier to find people within that age range and you don't need the permission for filming.
So our chosen target audience was ages 25 to 40. This fell under the millennial tough word to say, generation gap. So we did our research into millennials. We looked at their activities, interests, opinions, attitudes, behaviour and hobbies through both primary and secondary research. We did focus groups of people that fell into the age range to get their opinions first hand. And we also did, in our surveys, we sent it out to people that were only in the age range, so all our answers were accurate.
So I sent it to when I posted it on Facebook, I sent it to mums groups, so within the areas like Reading, Marlow and all that, to see if I could get a large amount of data back, and I also told them to share this onwards to who they knew. And same for focus groups, I got people within that age range, and so did Ben, just so we got reliable information.
Okay.
So for our chosen productions, we did a short film and a music video. Our short film was a psychological thriller. The reason we chose a psychological thriller over just a thriller is because psychological thrillers focus more on real things, so real issues, therefore meant we could inform people on an issue, but make this quite scary for them, because then this would have a bigger effect on them. And then the music video was a rock genre, which was, I think, a much better idea, because I think within the millennial age group, this was a big genre back then.
Yeah, very popular genre. From our survey as well, when we asked what everyone's the favourite genre was, most people answered rock, so we just went with rock. We also did our research into the codes and conventions of both these genres before,
Okay.
so we had a good understanding. So the team, so it was me and Jordan working together on this production. So in the beginning, when we decided to work together, and once we found out the brief, we split up different roles between us. So obviously, we were both cameraman 1 and 2, because we both brought our cameras to the shoots. Jordan then focused on the editing, as that's his strong point, and sound as well. So when we went to go edit the sounds, Jordan was editing them as well. And then I was lighting and camera, visual editing as well. So that was the colour correction and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So Social Killer, we both did the filming mainly for that, and the music video we had a tighter schedule for that. So Ben did the filming for that, whilst I did the editing for
The most part.
Okay, so you kind of worked out how to divide those roles
Yeah.
to maximise your time.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good.
So our research, when we looked into the codes and conventions, we looked at the characters, and that allowed us to figure out where our characters would fall into. So who would be the hero, the villain, and but also within that genre of the psychological thriller, so what the main character trends are in that. And then we also looked at locations. This was mainly based off who our actors were, where they lived, what would be more convenient for them.
For us, we looked into the stereotypes for both genres so we could figure out how characters would look and act. And we also did research into Prop's character theory and Todd's narrative theory. Todorow's narrative theory, sorry. So we could have an understanding of how to create like quality pieces of work. Our short film narrative structure was
The linear narrative
Yeah.
structure, so it had a beginning, middle, end. It just flowed like a normal story would, whereas our music video was non-linear, so it began with the end,
yeah.
and then we made our way from the beginning to the end again to see how we got there in the first place.
So how this research helped to improve our pre-production. So after we'd researched in depth everything that we needed for this production, it made life so much easier once we had all the research in front of us to just get on with the pre-production work. So we knew how our characters were going to look, act, we knew what equipment we would need, the locations. This also gave us a great idea for storyboards as well, because we could picture the location, picture our characters there. This also, along with the shooting script as well.
We made sure to do this in like a lot of detail as well. So when we went to go and film, we knew literally everything we needed to know when we had to do it, who we needed, so we could it all flowed well.
Yeah.
Good.
So productions that we both researched that was similar to our own. For short film we had Duality, which was the narrative structure, which was also linear, related to ours. Also, this one was mainly based in a house, so one location. Ours was much like that, although we did use other locations for it. And it also related to this one, which was about a mother who had a disabled child, and she was looking after it in, I think it was Manchester. And basically she got into a lot of problems with the community because they didn't really get along with them and that related to our production because our production was about a mother and a small child. And then our music video, related to the Bring Me the Horizon one, is within the rock genre, as are these both psychological thrillers, and also it was non-linear, therefore it began at the end.
Yeah.
And then went from
Just
all
like
the way through.
Just like our music video.
And another thing was this was really comedic, and that's what we were going for with our music video.
So these are both our productions. We'll show you like a couple of seconds
Yeah.
of it, just to give you an idea of what it's
Okay.
like.
I will show you the short film first. Social film. Shall I just go?
Yeah, just fine. Just leave it on there. I've seen it already, so I know what's coming up.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Should we
Yeah.
move on to the next one?
Yeah.
How do you?
Do you think it's been copyrighted?
No, because it shows it on the YouTube itself. It just
Okay.
won't show on
Again,
presentation.
I wouldn't worry because I have seen it, so I know
Okay.
I know what to expect. Yeah, no, if you just carry on with the pitch,
Alright.
Yeah.
that'll be fine.
Yeah, that's- Okay, so how we met their needs. So this slide is all about how we met the needs, like how we put the content in that the target audience wanted to see. So first of all, focus groups is one big way that we got opinions of our target audience. So by sitting down and having a conversation with people in that target audience, we allowed ourselves to find out their opinions face to face, and that also gave us ideas for how to develop our idea and maybe stuff that we shouldn't include. These two pictures are to show about why we chose the different two genres. So obviously, this is a psychological thriller. That's what we decided to make our short film because we found in our research that many people in our target audience enjoy thrillers, crime film shows, stuff like that. So that's why we went with that. And then rock and roll as well. Back to the survey. That was where we found out that we should use the rock genre for our production.
Yeah, so like with the focus groups, our main target was we were always trying to make sure that anytime we got information back, we were listening to that information and showing it within our production.
Good.
The platform, so we have two different platforms, one for each production. For our music video, we decided we would put it on YouTube, as this is where most music videos are shown, even though our target audience isn't known to use YouTube as much as the younger generation. But we realised that this is like the average place to put music videos. Recently nowhere really shows music videos on like TV channels and stuff like that. And then for our short film, we decided Channel 4 would be the best place to show this, as it's the most popular channel in the UK for the target audience that we've chosen. So we thought the most people who would enjoy this would see it on there.
Another thing about the YouTube thing is, despite the platform isn't as widely used by our target audience, it's known by every target audience. So when you say YouTube, they will know what it is, and I don't think there are many other platforms that show music videos as such.
Yeah.
And Channel 4 is most people are target on G6. BBC, I found, was more targeted towards the older target ones. But then people sometimes say Channel 4 is mainly aimed at us, but then we are also quite close to that age bracket.
So peer feedback. So we sent out our productions to some peers in the class to get their feedback and their thoughts on what they thought we went well and what they thought maybe we can improve next time. So some positive things that we picked up on were the editing. So they said they really enjoyed the editing. They thought that the colour correction was well and it like suited our production. And they also thought our narrative structure was good for our short film, and they thought it flowed nicely. And they also, some people said that they noticed the non-linear narrative structure for our music video.
The negative feedback we got was mainly to do with the camera work. So for example, in our short film, there's a scene where he's out at night, and despite the fact we want to show this as night, we probably should have had more lighting to so you could see the characters, which was another bit of feedback we got. So I think what we took away from this was, when we are filming in the dark, we need to make sure that we've got the equipment that's needed.
Yeah.
And I personally, with our camera work, I think our cameras were both on different settings. So one of ours had white balance, the other one didn't. So therefore, when you go into editing and you've got to colour grade it,
It makes everything a lot harder.
yeah. How we both personally believe we can improve for our final major project is definitely our camera work. So making sure that if it is shaky, it's for a reason. So just making sure we've got the right equipment, the lighting, because in the end it benefits how you have an effect on your target audience and how the narrative is told, because it's from what they see. Yeah, so some scenes were lit incorrectly. We just need to make sure we have the right equipment, show this. And I personally believe we need, so we had a lot of trouble with actors, with timings and that.
Yeah.
And also who we could get hold of. So we did try to get drama department, but then we needed an older actor to convey the mum role.
And we struggled to get them to organise our actors to get to locations and all these different actors that we hadn't thought about in our.
It's always a challenge, isn't it, when you're not paying people?
Yeah,
So you're relying on goodwill then, and it unravels, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think we need to get a bigger contact network, so we've got all these people we can ask to help us. And another thing was our time management. So we both had issues that did arise during this making the production. We still managed to finish it on time and do this effectively. So to be honest, it wasn't too much of an issue, but it is something that could be. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Any questions?
The only thing that immediately springs to mind is did you do any research into editing techniques? Was there anything that you looked at to help you with your editing? So, for example, did you look at something like doing colour corrections, anything like that?
Yeah, we did. I think.
Yeah. Because for our final major project for our documentary, I looked into that quite a bit because to make sure I got the right tone and everything. And we really needed that for the short film to show that it was a psychological thriller.
Yeah, one of the key things was making sure the colour correction was there to show that it was a psychological thriller, like, because I think you needed like blue tones.
It was dark, which is
just darker overall.
Yeah, which is the issue with the cameras, because I had mine set to a darker blue, like the sort of tone. I think it's called tungsten light.
Yeah.
And whereas Ben's camera unfortunately didn't have that. I don't think we noticed, or I don't know if we noticed.
Maybe the first time we were shooting.
Yeah. So when we got back to editing and we edited it, we kind of looked at it and we went, oh. And also it's two different camera models. So normally you can put down, I think it's like an adjustment there for that specific camera.
Yeah.
That we can do, so it's not difficult. And a lot, like with the lighting, a lot of them had noise. So when you did do colour correcting, the noise came out more, or it just got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Anything else? And in terms of improvements for your FMP, thinking about the research that you did into target audiences, is there anything when you reflect on what you did this time around that you think that you need to work on improving for your target audience research particularly? I mean, I know you did focus groups, didn't you? And you did surveys. Did you get the information that you needed? You talked about sending it out through social media. Was that effective?
Personally, so I did get several results. The groups I put it on had a lot of people in it, but I didn't get that much back from. Because the thing is, we were asking them to watch 3 productions, which originally I said. I didn't say the whole of, but I then changed that to 3 minutes.
Right.
To see if I was like, just watch a little bit of it and just respond to the survey. But then once again, you're relying on goodwill of people and people are busy. So
do you think that what you've learned from that is that you need to design surveys that people find really quick and easy to fill in?
Definitely.
Yeah, and then they're more likely to get those responses. Yeah. And again, I think that's quite a hard lesson to learn, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think that's, if you've learned that and nothing else, that's quite valuable, because if you do make it easy for somebody to fill the survey in, they're going to do it, aren't they? Whereas if it seems like it's going to be work, people are busy, and you're not going to get the same hit rate. Okay, fantastic. All right, that's great. Thanks very much.
Thank you.